Nancy Pelosi accuses Republicans of trying to get away with murder. And Democrats claim that TikTok trolls suppressed Trump's Tulsa rally turnout. Boy, that's a mouthful. Hello, I'm Mike Huckabee with The Breakdown. Demonstrating that she's never above trying to gaslight the American people, Nancy Pelosi, in an interview yesterday, said the Senate GOP was, quote, trying to get away with murder, actually, the murder of George Floyd, end quote. With this absurd remark, she completely ignores the fact that the city where George Floyd died is almost entirely run by Democrats. They haven't had a Republican mayor in almost 50 years. In fact, the Washington Post wrote of Minneapolis that it's one of the worst places for racial inequality in the nation. Pelosi made this statement in response to the GOP police reform bill, headed up by Senator Tim Scott. The bill seeks to curtail the use of chokeholds instead of outright banning them. Some leniency for the maneuver may be because it has resulted in far fewer deaths than the use of tasers, and according to some studies, the proper use of a neck hold comes with very low risk, particularly when you compare it to the alternative method of beating a violent suspect into submission with a baton. It's perhaps also worth pointing out that even the French have reversed the decision to ban their police force from using chokeholds. Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer wrote Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell a letter saying that the GOP bill is, quote, not salvageable, end quote. Now, Schumer wouldn't say whether he has every Democrat's vote against the GOP policing bill, but said there is broad support in the Democratic caucus. This is a classic move from the Democratic playbook. It's exactly what they did with the coronavirus relief bill. In the midst of chaos, when Republicans try to do something to effect positive change, Pelosi and Schumer swoop in and shut everything down. Democrats seem to subsist on chaos, so they try to draw it out as much as they can, and then, of course, blame Republicans for it. Hey, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, I hope you'll consider taking a moment to do that and hit the notification bell while you're at it. Now, there is a lot of jawboning going on around the crowd size of President Trump's Tulsa rally. Despite reports of over 1 million ticket requests, the venue was only about 2/3 full. Democrats are crowing over that. But Trump says the media scared people away from bringing their families by spending a whole week pushing scare stories about it being a coronavirus super spreader event, as well as talking about it being the potential for violence, with all the protesters planning to target it. Indeed, protesters did show up and try to block the entry, and of course had to be forcibly dispersed. But the media and Democrats are trying to take credit for the lower than expected turnout by claiming that it was the result of a social media prank campaign by some teenagers using the Chinese-created app TikTok. They registered for free tickets with no intention of showing up. Now here's Congressman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez displaying her own level of maturity by using her Twitter account to congratulate and encourage kids to commit fraud to interfere with the U.S. presidential election, which is the same charge that got Nixon dirty trickster Donald Segretti 4 months in federal prison. Fortunately for AOC, she probably won't have to worry about any repercussions due to the recently established legal precedent that if you're far enough to the left, no laws apply to you. Well, Trump campaign manager Brad Parscale dismissed the impact of the Brat Pack, saying that they've got methods for weeding out fake ticket requests, and they discarded thousands beforehand. Besides, there are no reserved seats. It's first come, first served, so any no-shows would normally have had their seats filled by someone else. So the campaign blames the media and the mob's intimidation tactics for scaring people out of attending the event. What the media and the mob were certainly not able to do was curb the virtual audience. The TV audience for Trump's rally on Fox News alone was 8 million people. That sets a new record for the most watched Saturday night event, and I used to be on Fox on Saturday night, so you can imagine how popular it must have been. And then there were over 11 million more who watched it on Trump's online media platforms. But did you even hear that Joe Biden had a campaign event in Philadelphia last Wednesday? He gave a short speech off a teleprompter to an audience of 20 That's right, 20 local officials, business owners, and reporters all sitting on some folding chairs inside circles drawn on the floor to ensure there was enough social distancing between them. Yeah, I said 20 people. I bet you didn't hear about that on the news. Is that really a big concern for the Biden campaign? Making sure there's enough empty space between the people who show up for his rallies? Well, thanks so much for watching. I hope you'll consider subscribing to the channel if you enjoyed the video. Be sure to hit the notification bell as well. And leave a like and a comment if you want to. And if you would like to have more of my news analysis and commentary, be sure to sign up for my twice daily newsletter on MikeHuckabee.com. Here's the catch. It's completely free. Free. For real. Well, that's it for this edition of The Breakdown. I'm Mike Huckabee.